Trappa bispinosa. It's actually the first time was ever documented in North America was in Powhatan Bay in Fairfax County. Nancy Rubicki identified it, and we thought it was Trappa natans, which is the normal water chestnut, not the one you eat, but the water chestnut plant from East Asia. And it turned out it was not the Trappa natans, which is the one that caused a lot of problems in the Potomac River, 50 years ago, and had to be millions of dollars to eradicate that plant then. This is bispinosa. It's actually a different species, similar to natans, but very problematic in the same way. Start pulling. You're looking for these serrated triangular notched leaves.
Okay.
They're green on the top and red on the bottom, and they're usually like this one's broken. But they're usually attached to a huge like all that little piece right there could be 2 plants or maybe 3 plants. They're massive plants when they get mature, and you just start pulling real soft, and you can get the roots will come with it. Well, the first time I ever saw it in Powhatan, like 10 years ago, we were coming in from Snakehead survey, and I was like, it sort of looked like that. There's a big patch like that. And I said, what is that? And we went over and looked at it. It's like, it doesn't look like anything else you've ever seen. It just looks weird. And so I didn't know what it was. I pulled a clump of it up and put it in a Ziploc bag, took it back to the office, and I'm sitting there going through my textbooks, and I'm like, holy crap, I think this is a water chestnut. And then I go, and then that's when I got a hold of Nancy, and she says, oh yeah. Off to the races.
2014, that was the first time he found it. And he was doing a fish survey, and he just called me up and said, hey, there's water chestnut at Powhatan Bay. And we were both shocked because it's been eradicated from the Potomac River for decades and decades. And it had traveled all the way, spread all the way between Washington, D.C. and Quantico, Virginia, in the freshwater tidal Potomac. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was involved seriously with this, because he used the river and he saw it himself. And so it started back in the 30s, actually. So anyway, when John told me in 2014 we've got water chestnut, it was a big deal because we know what a pest it's been in the past.
And Nancy Rubicki, formerly with the USGS, thank God for her, she's been tracking this plant as it has spread and colonized. And now it just found out yesterday, or last week, it was in Maryland. And what it seems to be in private ponds. Now, this is not a private pond, this is Burke Lake, which DWR owns, which is why one of the reasons we're here. But most of these colonies are in private ponds, in golf courses, stormwater ponds, irrigation, things like that. And we think that the Canada geese are moving it around because the seed pods kind of stick to their plumage like Velcro, and then they preen themselves when they get to a new site and they drop the seed out, and voila, now we have 80 different colonies, or 80 different sites with multiple colonies, many of them. So we've got a big job.
Even if you got everything out of here, you're never going to get all the seeds, so you have to fight this stuff for years and years to get rid of it all.
I think it can be eradicated again because it had spread all that distance before, and it was eradicated. It's an annual, and I truly believe especially if we catch it before it gets out into the Potomac River, I believe it can be eradicated.